Understanding invasive species and their impact. Invasive species are organisms that are not native to an ecosystem and cause harm to the environment, economy, or human health. These species often outcompete native species for resources, disrupt ecosystems, and threaten biodiversity. One potential solution to this problem is consuming invasive species to help control their population. Eating invasive species can help reduce their numbers and prevent further ecological damage. By harvesting and consuming these species, humans can create a market demand that incentivizes their removal. This approach helps manage the population of invasive species while contributing to the restoration of native ecosystems. Protecting native species and ecosystems. Invasive species often displace native plants and animals, leading to a loss of biodiversity. By eating invasive species, we can reduce their impact on native species and ecosystems, allowing the natural balance to be restored. This helps protect vulnerable species and supports the overall health of ecosystems. Invasive species as a food source. Many invasive species, such as certain types of fish, crustaceans, and plants, are edible and offer unique culinary experiences. By incorporating these species into diets, consumers can enjoy new flavors while simultaneously contributing to environmental conservation efforts. This approach also creates a sustainable food source that doesn't rely on overexploiting native species. Boosting local economies with invasive species harvesting. Eating invasive species can stimulate local economies by creating new industries centered around harvesting and selling these organisms. Fishermen, farmers, and food processors can benefit from the demand for invasive species, which helps create jobs and supports sustainable livelihoods while addressing ecological issues. Cultural acceptance and culinary innovation. For the concept to work, there needs to be cultural acceptance of invasive species as a food source. Promoting awareness and culinary innovation around these species can encourage more people to try them. Chefs and food enthusiasts can develop new recipes and cooking techniques, making invasive species more appealing and accessible. Environmental benefits of eating invasive species. By consuming invasive species, we help reduce the pressure on native habitats and create a more balanced ecosystem. Removing these species can improve the health of local biodiversity, restore natural vegetation, and help prevent the spread of disease-causing organisms that invasive species may bring into ecosystems. Sustainable resource management through invasive species control. Harvesting invasive species for consumption is part of a broader strategy for sustainable resource management. By reducing the population of these species, we can prevent the overconsumption of native resources, protect agricultural crops, and mitigate the negative effects of invasive species on local wildlife. Challenges to widespread adoption of eating invasive species. While eating invasive species offers environmental benefits, there are challenges to overcome, such as public reluctance to try unfamiliar foods. Education and awareness campaigns can help overcome these barriers by highlighting the environmental advantages and potential culinary benefits of consuming invasive species. The future of eating invasive species for environmental impact. As awareness grows and more people understand the environmental benefits, eating invasive species may become a more common practice. By integrating them into everyday diets, we can contribute to the long-term health of ecosystems while reducing the negative impact of invasive species on the environment.